Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 All Under Heaven roleplay series following Kong Zhao Jin. And in that last episode, we returned from university in the capital city of the Tang Empire here in Chang'an. And that went pretty successful, honestly. We managed to not only learn a lot, getting ourselves 3 new perks. We didn't unfortunately level up our education trait, but that's not too big of a deal. The extra perks are definitely an advantage. But even beyond that, we did boost up our Confucian education trait a little bit as well, I believe, through that. And we also got ourselves a teacher who was coming back with us when, unfortunately, while crossing the mountains, there was an accident. We did try to save our teacher. We lost one of our mercenary bodyguards, an incredibly high prowess character, and we as well suffered an injury. But we are a compassionate man. We weren't going to let our teacher just die without trying to save him. Unfortunately, it was not possible. And now we are injured. And not only are we injured, but we are also ill. And so, as we can see, gentleman or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortal. Surely there must be someone I can get to fix this cursed condition. Yeah, let's look for a physician. Now, it has been a couple of months since, maybe like 2 months since our return from the capital city. But we have encountered some characters in the capital city and on our way back and here back in the city of Chengdu that have joined our court, and we're going to take a brief look at them right now. So you'll remember some of the characters that we've already have in our court, like She Hua and Hao Jie, Zhong Hao, Shen Yan. But we've got some new ones as well, such as Li Yan Shao of the House Wei. Now this character, he's an interesting character, as you will see. He is he's a murderer, a capable warrior, but that's interesting. He's a murderer and yet he is just. Well, this character's backstory, from what I understand of it and what he is told Zhao Jian, is that, well, he served in the imperial armies, and however, there was something along with his unit where he was forced to act in a righteous manner, but that went against his orders, and well, it seems as though that may have ended up with him killing some of his own compatriots, and so obviously he had to flee in disgrace, and so he has come to us. And although he is technically a traitor and disgraced, I think his words and his reasoning have swayed Zhao Jian to his side, and I believe that that has allowed us to get to the point where we can feel comfortable having this man in our household. You know, what he did for good reasonings, good Confucian reasonings, and so I think that we can accept that he's a capable warrior. It might also be that he is known to Hao Jie as well, our guard captain, and that, I think, Hao Jie's vouching for the man may have given us some extra reasoning. Unfortunately, he's feeling a little bit ill as well after our journey. He's an older man after all. Well, 46, I guess, not that old. We also have an interesting character here, Nijaraya Nayakur. Now, this man, as you can see, is a Tamil man, so he hails here from the southern part of India, and he has come as a merchant a long, long way. Unfortunately, he was wounded and injured and ill when he made it to the city of Chengdu, and so he found himself on our doorstep essentially, and we took this man in and we allowed him to be nursed to health in our household. Probably this was happening while we were away, so this would be our wife, Lady Chow Lao, who would have been doing that. And so we have allowed him to stay in our household. He has offered to serve us for a time in exchange for the service that we did for him in nursing him back to health. And so he has found himself here in our household as our estate manager. I will point out that Li Yan Xiao is now our Tiger Brave Soldier and our Household Guardsman here. And I believe there's one more. Yes, here. He's not marked, but I'll mark him right now. And this is Zhu Jie of the, well, he says of the Kong family. He's not a relative, but he is our Li Sheng. So this is the religious position. I'm not sure if it actually explains. I mean, he's our realm priest, but yeah, I don't know if there's a difference here, like what the Li Sheng was historically speaking in the culture and during this time period. But yeah, he's serving as that. He was a capable administrator and civil servant. However, he had disagreements with the way things were going in the court that he was previously serving at, and so he's been looking for a patron to take him in and to allow him to basically produce his scholarly works, which I believe are on the benefits of the strong administration of the realm, particularly in the rivers and roads. He wants to write a book on this topic, and we have taken him in and allowed him to a position and the opportunity to write these things. And so perhaps we can also teach him as well. He's a younger man, a few years younger than us, but you know, there might be a thing or two that we can pass along to Gia here. So yeah, those are some of the new characters who have arrived in our court, and I believe we're gonna get another one here. Yes, with our new court physician. So who do we have here? So it looks like let's take a look at the lowest level one here. So we've got Ru Hongqing. Let's see, which one is that? That is, yeah, this guy here, Ru Hongqing. He's actually, no, he's not very good. Zealous, chaste, and lazy. I don't know if we want a lazy surgeon. He's a soldier. Yeah, this guy's like a battlefield surgeon, basically. I don't know if this is the guy that we want. Who else here? Xiao Wei. This must be no, this is Xiao Wei. Xiao Wei here. He is cynical. He is honest. That's nice. But impatient. An insightful thinker. He's a capable physician. He's not a novice. He knows his trade. He could be okay, but the skilled one here is Sun Wanqing, and Sun Wanqing is fairly capable, diligent, gluttonous, sure, and ambitious as well, but he is a herbalist and a physician, almost a level 2 physician, astute intellectual. This guy's got, I think that we're probably gonna pay up the money to get this guy here because Sun Wanqing does seem to be pretty capable. He's excellent at his job. And here it is, time for treatment. The grim smell of bubbling tinctures and mashed salves assaults my senses as I make my way through to my physician Sun Wanqing's workroom. He looks up from an unction that he is preparing. The time has come, my lord. I know of several ways to treat your cold. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours, and yours alone. He grimaces. It will not be pleasant. I will say do no more than necessary because I don't want to end up as a eunuch over a cold. Sun Wanqing presented me with the charred carcass of a cat and prompted me to dig in. As I ate, he told me how he had chased the plump feline around my holdings for hours. I think he wanted praise for his hard work. Well, he is a diligent man, but I kind of worry that he might have been chasing it for his own meal and then just decided to give us the leftovers. But the vile taste of the meal has kept me silent. In the end, the fatty food... Fatty? I wouldn't really expect a cat to be a fatty food, but, well, what do I know? For now, the worst of the symptoms are alleviated and the world seems a little brighter. Excellent work, Sun Wanqing. Excellent. Well, that is good. And good to see. All right, what do we do from here? Well, before we get going, I do want to maybe set up some marriages for all of these characters in our court. You know, we've got our council filled out. And we've got lots of these positions here filled out. In fact, we could probably get some more of these filled out. Like, maybe we'll get Zhu Jia as our recorder. He seems like he might be capable at that. No good wet nurses, unfortunately. Chief Administrator? Nobody particularly capable at that, just averages. Sun Wanqing could be a good keeper of treasures, but I don't think we need that right now. Supervisor of Hunts, Shi Hua. Could be a good supervisor of hunts. He is excellent at it. But what about Wei Lianxiao? Well, he's got 2 jobs already. Do we need? I haven't really done any hunts. And I don't want to spend too much of our money. But in any case, what I was saying is that I'd like to find some marriages for some of these guys so that they can, we can start to fill up our court with some kids. So yeah, I think we'll find some marriages. First, we'll get Hao Jia, a wife here. I think we should look in our court because I know we've got a bunch of unmarried women in our court, like Chiang, Jing Jen here. Yeah, Minzi. This is a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So 30, 46. That's fine. Might not have any kids, but they might. So we'll get a marriage there. Let's see. What about Zhong Hao? Well, he's a monk, so he won't be getting married. Let's see. Shihua? Does anybody really want to marry this guy? Well, he's a eunuch anyway, so he ain't having any kids. Yeah, okay. What about Shen Yan, our private secretary? He's a little bit wounded, but we could probably find you a spouse here. Seems like there's some options here, including some of the men of our court, but I don't think that he's particularly interested in that. Let's go with Chishun. Yeah, I think that's fine. Or no, I guess this would be Sishun. Yeah, something like that. That seems fine. Let's see. Wei Lianxiao? He could probably use a marriage as well, right? Maybe with Jing Jen? Yeah, okay. There we go. Let's get... Oh, is she pregnant already? No, okay. There we go. And a marriage there. And then... I guess Nijiraya or Zujie. Or Jujie. Well, he's not really particularly interested in women, it seems. That's fine. He's more, it seems he's probably more focused on his studies anyways. But Nijiraya, maybe he might find himself a wife here in our court, such as Chiang here. Yeah, why not? There we go. We'll get all that set up. Maybe that'll keep him in our court now that he's got a wife here. So there we go. That's I think that's good. So yeah, what do we do from here? Well, I do want to keep an eye out for any exams that are popping up. If a local exam pops up, I don't think we can participate in it again because we've already completed... Where do we see this? It's probably under our merit. Yeah, we've already completed the provincial exam, but we can still go to it and participate, I think, as a teacher or like an instructor. So that's something we should probably just keep an eye on. Oh, we can find an elder. Ooh. You know what? We should probably do this. So it looks like our 2 options here. I'm sure there's more, but the 2 options that pop up. We've got Minister Sui Shen Yu, and Du Yuanzhen. I mean, this guy, what is he the minister of? The Minister of Personnel. That could be a good guy to have as our elder. But then we've got Du Yuanzhen. Where's this guy? He's a little bit... he's in the capital. Maybe this guy... You know what? This guy's in the... No, this guy's not in the capital. He's kind of far away. I think we're going to go with this guy here, Du Yuanzhen. Yuanzhen, yeah, because this guy, he's already got many disciples. He's the Minister of Personnel. That's a little bit high up for us still. I think don't think we're quite at that point yet where we would be the disciple of the Minister of Personnel himself. But this guy here, who is the Minister of Personnel's department aide, that might be a little bit more feasible. That we could be this guy's, so maybe that kind of like, we're one step down the ladder here. I think that's kind of cool, and I think that's what we are going to do. So we're going to ask this guy to beat our elder. To the implacable Kong Jiao Jin, your promising career has not gone unnoticed. It will be my pleasure to guide you in your studies. Soon our positions will become intertwined. Signed, Du Yuan Zhen. Thank you, Master. Excellent. So he becomes our elder. Not entirely sure what that means, but it seems we can make a request of our elder. Candidate score. Well, he can't give us anything else. We probably should just make a request here. First thing we do, please boost our candidate score, Master. Thank you so much. Wow, 0 situations. That is rare. Since we're doing that as well, I probably would like to look into expanding our villa now that we have an estate manager with Nijaraya here. So let's take a look at some of the buildings. I'm not going to go through it too long, but looks like we've got rice field, a tea garden, a market, a herbal hall, mulberry copse. Is this where silk comes from? An ancestral shrine. I do want to build an ancestral shrine for sure because of our great ancestor Confucius. A pagoda, a barracks, a sentry tower, a garden, a stables, a workshop, a storage barn. Man, there's a lot of buildings. Pastures, and an ancestral gate. There's a ton of buildings for this. I really hope that they add a feature like estates for feudal or something like it, you know, where you can build up your castle in the same way that you can build up estates in this, but maybe it's a little bit more tied to like your capital holding, so that if you lose you know, or if you lose or you move your capital holding, that kind of disappears, just so it's not quite the same as with like the administrative realms or the celestial realms. But feudal feels like it's kind of getting a little bit left behind compared to the other ones these days. And I think we can also do some stuff with the villa here, like a study room could be good. Taxation office, a yamen grievance drum, an administrative courtyard, dynastic pavilion, family archive, cartographer's desk, drafting desk, clerk's desk, audit table, block carving shed, chuan, paper shelf, water clock, exam cell. We might get that because I do want to boost up merit. Fine living quarters, private study, commander's study, prefect's office, servant's quarters, bath. Man, there's so many. Visitors, courtyard, wine room, courtyard, prisons. There's a ton of things here. Yeah, definitely. They put a great deal of flavor into this, and I hope that they go back and fill out some of the other government types with that extra flavor, just to make it the same experience. That, you know, there should be the same level of detail, in my opinion, playing in any of these bigger, you know, cultures like Tang, or, you know, these with these custom things, you know, feudal and tribal and steppe, and all of those ones should all be, you know, have, not, maybe they don't have to have the same amount of flavor, but they should have relatively equal amounts of flavor, in my opinion. In any case, we're going to get with that exam cell because I do want to do good if any bigger exams do pop up. So let's see. Looks like our study scheme is completing here. We have been appointed as Commandant Gao Pian's personal physician. Okay, so, oh, I wonder if we're going to get the physician trait. That would be really cool. I don't think I've ever been named a personal physician in a game, so that is actually really neat. I wonder if there's any like events associated with that. The next time the capital examination is hosted, I will be prepared. Night falls as I place the annals of Duke Qi before me, its pages lit by faint light. If I push through the night and commit the most vital passages to memory, I'll surely gain an edge. But will I truly learn? Perhaps I should take the time to actually understand them. I must pass the exam no matter the cost. Wisdom takes time. I mean, we are patient. This only gives us 1 trade experience. That seems like not very much. How much does it take to go up? 40, and this one's current level 40. Okay, so I guess it's not great. Oh, it requires 60. Okay, I guess it's like 5%. But I mean, we are a patient person. You gain exam advantage for the next capital examination. But wisdom takes time. We are patient. All right. Oh, an inspired person can be sponsored. Our wife, Lady Chow Lao, could forge a brooch for 50. I think we got to do this. We got to support our wife's artistic endeavors, and we got some money, so I think we'll do that. So yeah, let us get that done. Someone to impress. Lately, my efforts to impress have fallen flat. My friendship with Li Chaolang is still on shaky ground. It's a mess. However, I've gotten a brilliant idea. I'll have my wife, Lady Li Chao Lao, add a dedication to the masterpiece she is making. The flattered dedicatee will be deeply touched by my generosity and munificence, and will have no choice but to like me more. Li Chaolang. Who is this guy? Your brother-in-law. Oh, okay. I'll find other ways to progress. Oh, he could become our friend. You know, I'd like to make more inroads with our family, so sure. We'll make a dedication to him. House relations improved. The Kong Li neutral house relation has improved. Oh, okay. I don't really know too much about the house relations thing, so I won't worry too much about that, but it is interesting to note. Hey, as I woke this morning and observed the first rays of sunshine, it took a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. Hey, we're over our sickness. That is good. We're still wounded, but we're over our sickness, which is a nice start to things. There's sickness spreading around, though, which is not a good thing. But there's not much we can really do about that. So yeah, we're just going to keep an eye out for any examinations. I'm hoping that we'll be able to reach them. We're still kind of out in the boonies over here, and eventually I'd like to make my way over to Khufu here, which is a historic place for our family and for Confucianism. Confucius, well, like, I'm not exactly sure of all the details, but the Kong family once ruled this place during the Three Kingdoms period. Kong Rong, who is a well-known figure and I believe maybe like the 20th descendant of Confucius, ruled this region here. And he wasn't like a great warlord or anything. I don't think he actually really pulled off anything major during the Three Kingdoms period, but he had some, you know, part to play in the story. If you're not familiar with the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it's actually funny. The Romance of the Three Kingdoms games were some of the very first games that got me into strategy games. I remember when I was a very, very young child, we had the game Romance of the Three Kingdoms 3 for Super Nintendo, and I really enjoyed that game. I didn't understand how to play a complex strategy game like that at that age, but I ended up playing it later on, you know, on my PC and, you know, and through a ROM, and I really enjoyed it. It was worth going back to such an old game. Honestly, highly recommend it, but obviously get it legitimately, not like I did. So regardless, exam cell is completed here. Doesn't seem like anybody's hosting any exams, which is kind of unfortunate. Ooh, we can get another learning perk though. I'm probably gonna go, Faithful gives us extra merit per month. I do want to start stacking merit, so I am gonna go with this. I do want to get Sculler, and I do plan on going down that. I'm probably not gonna go down any of this any further, or any of this any further until we get Sculler. But considering we got 3 extra perks, I think we can waste 1 or 2 on some of those other things. So yeah, going well so far. I really like that. Oh, here we go. We're invited to the local examination. All right, that's cool. So yeah, we won't be able to participate, I believe, but we will increase our Confucian education experience and maybe get some other events. So yeah, let's join. Okay, there's a tiny bit of oh, what the heck? There's that doesn't look right. Kind of looks a little bit bugged out there, but regardless, I do want to get some. Okay, the mercenary guards should be. Well, do we really need them? What's the danger coming from? Forest and hills? Could we do it a little bit cheaper? We got a forest guide and a mountaineer. Oh yeah, that's cheaper and actually better. So let's go and do that. It's not going to cost us too much. And we get some new guys. Hey, Ru Hong Ching ends up in our court anyways. Nice. So we got a backup physician just in case. Because this guy is one of our guys now. That's funny. I like that it uses existing characters. My acquaintance to Governor Zhang Qingyi is hosting a local examination in Xingqing. Oh my gosh, I'm getting them mixed up. Regardless, it's time for us to depart. I'm doing my best. I think I'm doing relatively well with the pronunciations. I mean, could be better, could be worse. Long after night is settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories, and drinking with my Li Sheng Zhujie, and my bodyguard Wei Li Yanshao, and my guard captain Hao Jie. I didn't know he had it in him, but Jie ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants he had seen in Chengdu. After drying my eyes from laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will tell a story of my own, ooh, with some extra embellishment, ooh, or ask him to tell another story. I don't think we're gonna embellish one. No, I think we'll ask him to tell another story. Maybe we'll develop a friendship with him there. Yeah, let's head over. Let's join this. Hey, we're no longer wounded. Nice. Like to see it. All right, let's join this examination. You are waiting for the assembly to begin. It's going to take some time. Let's take a look at the guest list here. Oh, wow. Pretty prestigious guest list here. The Grand Marshal, Commandant Lu Bao, Li Chang. Oh, wait, Li Chang, this is our grandfather-in-law. Nice. My wife, Lady Li Chao Lao, insists that the funds I have supplied with are not enough. There's just a bit more gold. Oh my, my dear lady. We do not have the money, but you are my soulmate. I can deny you nothing. Yikes. All right. In any case, yeah, look at this. Look at this lineup here. Improve the Great Wall has started. Ooh, nice. It's got enough contributions. Aha. Local examination, the entrance gather. Yeah, so we're assisting the examination. So we are, you know, one of the examiners. I enter the city of Xingqing. My arms overburdened by the learning scrolls and study materials. Today I will discover what goes on inside the examiner's study, how the ink is mixed and the questionnaires prepared. Having completed the examination, it is now time to cultivate Guangqi. The assembly awaits. Oh yeah, Qi. So this would be Qi. Oh gosh. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna refresh my memory on the pronunciations. Shiqing. So okay, yeah, it would be Shiqing or Xingqing, and this would be Guanxi. There we go. I've got a little cheat sheet for some of these because I want to do my best at pronouncing these things, or at least with some level of, you know, some level of closeness to what it's meant to be. Prefect Huanping of Jizhao corners me on my way out of the study. The smug expression on his face tells me that he's been waiting for the chance to strike against an unsuspecting scholar. Huh? He wants to strike against me. Well, on guard. No one understands the spring and autumn annals better than me. Kong Shi's words are not simple recording of events. His subtle phrasing exalts the virtuous and condemns the wicked. Don't you agree? That is my ancestor you speak of. There's no room for fantasy here. Ooh, we become rivals. Every path towards wisdom is unique. leave this unproductive. There's no room for fantasy here. We gain 5 trade experience. Okay, so just by the rewards for the event, this seems to suggest that the correct answer from a scholarly perspective is that there's no room for fantasy here. His interpretation of the words of Confucius are incorrect. That's what I get from the fact that we gain trade experience by denying what he says. Whereas every path towards wisdom is unique seems to be a placating response. We gain merit and a diplomacy lifestyle experience. Or we leave this unproductive debate. No, I think that we need to let this man understand that we know our great ancestors' words better than he does, and we are going to explain that to him. So we have gained a rival. Prefect Huan Ping got completely humiliated by us in a debate. Ouch. That is a bit rough for him. Who is that guy anyways? Let's double check. He's a prefect, right? Is he? He's a prefect directly serving under our grandfather-in-law. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of intrigue going on here. I catch Yu Shu Ying, the fiscal commissioner of Prefect Yu Jianshu's Xiu of Jiajiao. Oh my gosh. Whew. Guys, I'm trying. Nervously thumbing through a worn manuscript. I'm struggling with even the English words. Eyes wide with poorly concealed eagerness. He stammers, "It's just for reference. I wasn't going to use it on an exam." Really? The merchant, Cheng Si, gives me a knowing grin. "A valuable study aid, great one. Only a few coins. Perhaps a distinguished man like yourself would like a full set. Report this disgrace and confiscate the scroll." Who is this guy? Yu Shu Ying. Oh, he's an old man. A callous fool. An old man. He's infirm. What? Hey, Nisha Raya is in second place? He's tied for first. What the heck? Let's see. Purchase an interesting scroll from the merchant. He become the owner of a learning and Confucian education scroll artifact. Oh, but we don't have the money. I cannot put my entire house into that much debt for a scroll. I think we have to report the disgrace and confiscate the scroll. I mean, if this guy is supposed to be, this guy's supposed to be studying. He's taking the exam and he's trying to cheat. Yeah, he's trying to cheat. Dang. Prefect Pei, a respected examiner, waves me over with a gentle smile beneath the shade of a garden pavilion. "It is always a joy to speak with those who value learning. Come, join me for tea," he warmly proclaims. I notice that chattering fiend Prefect Wang across the pavilion, eyes burning hot with envy as he approaches with a tray, obviously trying to get in the examiner's good graces. Oh, but no. Prefect Pei Gay? I don't know. Seems to be... Oh, it would be my honor. Shall we make room for one more? Oh, he would stop being our rival. Oh, that would be... Oh, you know what? Compassionate and patient. It would be my honor. No, you know what? I think that we are going to be the bigger man here. I think that Kong Zhao Jian is somebody who he might have been, needled the wrong way by this man, but I think that he understands courtesy better than many, in fact. And I think that we shall ask to make room for one more. Prefect Huang, you owe us one here. It would be nice to have a rival, but you know what? I think that makes sense. I think that shows a lot about Zhao Jian's character, that he wouldn't, that he wouldn't let his own personal feelings get in the way of doing what is courteous in that situation. So I think that shows a lot about his understanding of not only Confucianism, but also his understanding and his own moral character. Governor Li Tui Xian of Fengxiang prepares the second of the 4 treasures ahead of the examination. 4 treasures. Brush, ink, paper, and inkstone are the scholar's essential tools. Their careful use reflects discipline, clarity, and reverence for tradition. Grinding pine soot into the bronze inkstone with deliberate practice strokes, he expertly mixes good quality ink. With a sharp glance, he hands me the pestle. It's your turn now. The ink must flow like moonlight over water and endure longer than empires. The proper formula is in the Book of Rites, a classic of order and harmony prescribing the proper conduct for scholars, sons, and sovereigns alike. To follow its precepts is to honor the foundations of civilization. Is this one of the books of Confucius? I feel like it must be, but somebody let me know down in the comments. The classics do not err. Ooh, nice. We could get experimental. Let the servant. No, I think the classics do not err. I think we have to put that option. Have we boosted ourselves? Yeah, we're level 3. Virtuous ethicist. Nice. Yu Shu Ying leans in towards who? Oh, of course, these two guys. Interesting. Oh no, this is a different Wang. Their voices are hushed, but I can still overhear their. Oh my gosh, these guys are like the biggest cheaters. There's so many cheaters. Call out their scheme before the hall. Or quietly urge them to reconsider. No, you know what? This guy has cheated twice. The first time we kind of like just confiscated it, but we didn't say anything. This time, I think it's time to call them out before the hall. Inspiration, Fickle Philip. I run into a brave lading Xiao Lao, my metalsmith. Oh, there you are, my liege. I've hit a wall in my work. She needs some inspiration. But real inspiration comes from within. Yeah, I think it does. I say that because we have nothing in our Great Hall to show her. Old practice scrolls are unrolled between me and Governor Li Xian. Oh, they are from a previous era, he notes, brushing the parchment reverently. Why don't you answer one of the questions and let me judge your response? Ooh, tenderly I raise an eyebrow. These scrolls make me remember the time I passed the provincial exam in Hua Chang. Let us grade one another's answers. Ooh, a learning challenge against him. Oh, but this is a well-learned man. Ooh, okay. Those days, let us reminisce. Let's grade one another's answers. Oh, can we outmatch Governor Lee? We gotta try, right? Yeah, we did it. Oh, that was not even a 50-50. That is actually super cool that we pulled that off there. So it goes to show that our learning is now even beginning to surpass some of the very well-respected scholars here in the Empire. So that's going to start to get a name for Zhao Jian as a very capable scholar, I would say. So that is cool to see. Oh, our wife falls pregnant. Nice. All right, there we go. Hopefully we'll have a son here. How are our people doing? We've got Xiao Wei. It doesn't look like any of our guys are in the top here now. I don't think so. So, oh well, unfortunate. Nijirai is in 4th place now. Not too bad. Like to see it. Nice to see it. All right, the exam's over. With that, a fresh host of scholars have taken their first but most important step along the stairway to higher office. That is actually very cool. And we've gained a merit rank. Oh, what? And the prefect. Oh, what? We gained a merit rank, and did we just get promoted? With the reassignment of Commandant Wang Chengyang, it was announced that the governance of Zhenzhou Prefecture. Wait, is this? No, okay. This one's way in the south here. Okay. All right, we're going to the coast apparently. Having received my regalia and taken the oath of office, I can at last leave my provincial seat to Liaxiang and begin my tenure proper. Ooh, so we have just gotten ourselves a job. The prefecture of Shunjiao. Prefecture of Xinjiao. Cool. Well, that is kind of a little bit far away from things here. I mean, that's honestly, although it's on the coast, this is kind of this is very far away from where the heart of things are here in the empire, and even our grandfather's lands up there, grandfather-in-law. But oh, we're not even on the coast, man. This is not a great posting. Yeah, this place kind of sucks. But I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to do a job. I need to inspect these lands immediately. Using the inspection activity. Ooh, inspection is free. I don't know if I've ever done one of those. Develop the land. No, I think we're gonna do an inspection here. That's cool. Inspiration flawed jewel. Distracted by the affairs of court, I let news from my metalsmith, Lady Xiaolao, be displayed. Delayed months more. Blah blah blah. Work. I've told of her pregnancy. See to it. I know you are doing your best, Lady Xiaolao. Let us leave this compound at once, Wastrel. No, absolutely not. All right, take your time, my dear wife. You are pregnant. Like, don't worry about the brooch. It's fine. Very cool. Ooh, the Grand Canals. Wow, a lot of cool stuff going on. I think that we're gonna pause it here because we just got promoted, and I'm sure that there's gonna be some interesting stuff that we're gonna need to consider now that we are promoted. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to figure out some way of continuing to rise up the ranks. Maybe we'll be able to become a governor at some point, and maybe even eventually we will serve the emperor directly as well. But that will all be in future episodes. Until the next one, Wanderers, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.